Hello, everyone, and welcome to Small Cap Spotlight. I'm Mubina Kapasi, and today we have with us a company that's responsible for the effects that you see in Marvel movies and even in Pushpa 2 for that matter. I have with me the chairman and managing director of Phantom Digital Effects, Bejoy Arputharaj, and he's here to tell us the story about the company and, of course, his own career journey as well. Bijoy, thanks so much for joining us today on Small Cap Spotlight. To begin with, Bijoy, let's understand a bit about the company's journey. I mean, you started off in a small studio apartment, and today you're a global VFX powerhouse, what with your recent foreign acquisition. So tell us a bit about the journey.
Yeah, thank you, Mubina and Small Caps for this opportunity. Of course, as you introduced, we've been in the creative space for many years now. Phantom, as you all know, it's a 14-year-old company founded in 2011 by me. Uh, Phantom is actually a company which was born out of passion. So I'm a person, very fond of visual effects and animation from my childhood onwards. So I decided that I'm going to be in this field when I was doing my 10th grade. So that's when everything started. I was, taken to watch a film from my school. That film is called Jurassic Park. So that's what inspired me. So my brother, he still used to say that, you told me that day that when I grow big, I'm going to do this. So that's how determined I was when I was a kid that I'm going to do this someday, because it felt really surreal. It felt like a magic. Imagine when you see that film, you can see the dinosaurs come alive and they look so real. And it is really a magic, right? It's nothing like what you see in the small, illusion tricks, but it is pure magic, and it really mesmerized me and inspired me to do something like that. And that's when I decided that I'm going to be doing this when I grow big. So I started following all the Hollywood films. I was watching, almost all the Spielberg films, and so that's when everything started. And after my schooling, I got my own computer, and then that by that time, even having a computer, I come from a very rural background of Tamil Nadu. Even having a computer is a very, very rare thing. So I convinced my parents and I bought a computer, and then I started my, own research on how and what kind of softwares people use to create this kind of, animations and stuff. So even internet is very, very rare. At that time, we call it as a dial-up connection, where we have to pay for each and every second that we use. So, I spent a lot of my parents' money and, downloaded all those softwares. I'm a self-taught person, so I learned all these things through the help documents that comes along with the software. There is no YouTube, there is no video tutorials by then. So there are very few websites that people just have, like the blogs are all not very famous. So there are very few information out there in the internet to learn things from your own. So all I was left with is the help documents that comes along with the softwares. So that's how I started, and my passion grew when after I finished the college, then I started working as a freelancer, doing all these 3D animations for TV channels and commercials. And then I decided that I'm going to, specialize in this. And then I came to Chennai. I did my post graduation in visual effects and animation. Back then, even the colleges are not fully equipped to teach us on the complete knack of this. So I found my own way to learn there, and then I joined a small company in Chennai, and from there I grew. I worked with a few major companies after that, and then by 2010, I decided that you know, I wanted to work on films that excites me, like all these creatures and environments, like what you see in the Van Helsing and films like that. So that's all inspired me actually. The creating that magic in big screen is what inspired me. But unfortunately, I never got an opportunity to work on such films when I used to work with Indian films, because we were operating back then. It was very small budget, and very rarely big films come in, and even those films will come with very short timelines, and not every studio will get an opportunity to work on that. So there were like so much of restrictions. So I decided to move out and work for Hollywood itself. So that's when I got an opportunity from one of the world's number one company, and unfortunately they gave me an offer, but they were not able to give me a visa. So so I left my current job since I got this offer, but then now I didn't get my visa also. So I had a small gap between getting the visa and the current job. So I thought I will do consulting, till then, and that's when the idea of forming a company, came true, because I was consulting the company in Delhi, and one day I was just sitting alone in my stay place, and all of a sudden, in the middle of a night, I got a call from a US filmmaker asking me, they just went through my website where I had my personal portfolio uploaded, my works and showreel and everything. So they just asked me that, will I be interested to work on their film for visual effects? So that's the starting point of everything. So I just felt that I can definitely do it. It's a complete film, but I was just a single person, and then they asked me that, will your company be interested to work on this film? So my website name back then was Phantom Effects. So that's how the name Phantom Effects also born. Phantom is my childhood hero. So Phantom Effects website was created like way back in 2007 actually. So that was created for my personal portfolio, and that particular person who spoke to me, he thought that it is a company name, and he asked me whether my company will be interested to do it. So that's how I got inspired, and everything started from there. So I worked on that film. I successfully delivered that film. I took many of my friends as freelancers. I just split the work, and I'm naturally I'm a good leader, and I'm a very good problem solver also. So I was able to figure out all the issues and problems, and I delivered the project in a very good success rate. And then I started approaching similar filmmakers. So then I thought, okay, this is a good way of keeping me inspired, and that allowed me that creative freedom. So I thought, let me do it till I get my visa. So that's how everything started, and then I came back to Chennai since I had a lot of all these contacts, and a few of projects are with me. So I thought, let me do it from Chennai itself, and then I came to Chennai, and then I got one very interesting project from Canada, a complete film, a horror feature, which actually demanded more people to work on that. So I cannot single-handedly, deliver that film. So I thought I will hire a few freshers, and then deliver this project, and then after it is finished, let me go back to this abroad. Let me continue with my abroad plan is what the idea was. But fortunately, that project went very well. We rented out in a small apartment, and I rented out all the furnitures. I bought few computers, and then I successfully delivered that project. But even before the completion of the project, I started getting more projects. So that's when the idea of continuing that, because I felt that I had a lot of creative freedom when I do something on my own. So then I dropped my plan to move abroad, and then I continued it. That's how, what started as a dream with just 3-4 people in a small rented apartment has now grown up to, 650 plus artists spread across the globe, with 4 operational studios in India, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Bangalore. And after becoming public, we last year we acquired a company called Tipper Studio. That's a 40-year-old legacy company, as and Mr. Phil Tippett, founder of this company, he's the animation director for the film Jurassic Park. So that's his company. Phil Tippett's company is what we bought. So it's a full round circle, I would say. I what started as a dream is now becoming a reality. So I'm still chasing my dreams. There are so many things. It's small. It's a very small baby step that we have taken. So the vision for the company and myself is to position ourselves as a global company in the media and entertainment sector. So that's what we are focusing right now, and we are moving forward to.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was going to be my comment as well. Like, life's taken a round circle, right? From being inspired by Jurassic Park to actually acquiring the studio that's responsible behind the genius of Jurassic Park, and from being, from having a visa that's, tentative to actually acquiring a US studio. It's truly marvelous and self-made journey as well at that. So tell us a bit about this acquisition. I mean, Phil Tippett is a big name in the industry. How do you plan to leverage that name and expand your relationships to acquiring more Hollywood projects?
So Tippett Studios, Tippett Studio is a 40-year-old, legacy studio. As I said, Mr. Phil Tippett, he comes from a stop motion animation background. So he, even before computer graphics was founded, you would have seen all these puppetry animated, movies. Probably, I'm not sure if you are from this younger generation. You might not have seen it, but there was a technique called puppet animation. So stop motion animation. So he comes from that era actually. So he has contributed, in major films like Velo, and so many films, Star Wars. So he used to do all these stop motion animations before, and then after computer graphics took over after Jurassic Park, he was just transforming his stop motion animation technology into the computer generated imagery technology. So that's how he transformed himself, and he then founded Tippett Studio, and over the years they have contributed to all the major films, from, and they are very closely working with all the Disney shows and Marvel shows, and the brand itself has a very very good name among the top production houses. So the very reason for buying Tippett Studio is, uh, you know we thought that, like, to grow there, to start something there and grow from there and get established is going to take us time. So the decision is to acquire a company which is existing and has the brand value already, and grow from there. And Tipper Studio, due to the market downfall in the last 3 4 years, and they were going through some tough times as well. And Phil is pretty old actually. Like, he wanted an exit, not an exit immediately, but he wanted to lesser his burden, so he thought helping shoulders are very much appreciated at that time. So we stepped in, and he took over the company. And now, we are building Tippett's brand, and we are building Tippett's business team as well. Through that, we were able to, pitch in for more projects, because, before our acquisition, they were just looking out for Tippett's workforce, so it is it's a boutique studio, and they were just picking up work that is capable within their abilities. Now, with Phantom's huge manpower, execution power backing up, they are able to pick up more work. So we are building the business team there, and picking up more work. With Tippett's brand name, we were easily able to knock all the major production houses doors, and open up opportunities for us. So it's a very very strategic move that we thought will work out, and it has definitely yielded great result. Through Tippett's brand name, we were able to pitch on high-end projects, and also we were able to establish new clientele with such a big brand name. And about Milk and Lola, this happened a couple of months back. We were in a principal agreement to acquire them, and almost the DD and everything is done, and we are in the process of drafting a SPA right now. Um, So with Tippett and Lola, it is again they are also a Oscar-winning company. Tippett has two Oscars and multiple Emmy awards and many awards. And Milk also has two Oscars with them. Milk and Lola. Milk has one Oscar and Lola has one Oscar. So the creative supervision team is very strong there. They are very well known for their high quality work among the industry, and most of the Hollywood studios are nowadays looking for studios in London and Europe to get their work outsourced. Because of the tax incentives. So we thought having a studio there is going to help us out, and that's when Milk and Lola Post showed up in our radar, and we thought of picking them up. So talks are going on. Hopefully, everything should be going for positive and closed by this month, or maximum by next month is what we are expecting.
I'm very interested in your Chinese expansion because that's a market that's a bit different. Different. We are separated by the entire language barrier, etc. And then there are some regulatory complexities as well that get thrown in. So I want to understand a little bit about your plan for the Chinese market.
China is actually a challenging market, for especially for visual effects. We've been trying to penetrate Chinese market for many years now, but China has a very good potential as well. At the same time, they are producing content equally with great budget, like equally to Hollywood. Maybe not equally to Hollywood, but at least slightly lesser than that. They have produced so many big contents, and there are a couple of recent shows which we worked on had millions of dollars as their VFX budget alone. So it's a really very very fresh market, and it's growing as well. But unfortunately, they don't have the kind of quality visual effects companies there. So they are always on the lookout for a Western company to support them for their visual effects needs, and that's when we thought we will take this opportunity and leverage it. And we through our overall this many years, we established our own connections, and we partnered up with the local post house there. I mean, production house there, and the government there was very welcoming. So they offered us free office space, free accommodation, to set up things and move forward from there. So it's been a year, and we have worked on a couple of major Chinese production as of now. Through Tippett, we were able to pitch and grab in work. So it's proving to be very, very effective. And to give you a comparison, China has more than 60,000 theaters, where India has only 10,000. So China has a great market, and recently one show from one animation film from China has collected more than 16,000 crores. So that's the scope of China's market actually. So China is a very big market, and because we wanted to diversify our business activities, not just relying on the US or the Europe, but we wanted to be spread across the globe and pick up work from across the globe as well. So that's what we are doing right now. We have diversified our business approach and mitigate the risks. So that's yielding very good results as well.
Since you are spread across all of these different geographies, you have certain revenue targets as well for Tippett, which we'll speak about. Do you have any mix, any geographical mix that you'd be looking at?
Yeah, of course. We are expecting China to contribute, a lot this year. So I don't have that numbers exactly right now with me, but we are, as I said, China, though it's been a 1 year company, but we've been able to, the last year, Tippett was able to pick up more than 6 million worth of work from China alone. So it's a very good market. So we are looking at a major contribution this year from China.
Understood. Okay. All right. I was just looking at some numbers. Last fiscal, you grew a good 14 odd percent despite industry challenges, with the Hollywood strikes, etc. You're projecting around 160 to 180 crores this year with the ticket consolidation. So could you tell us a bit that once the industry normalizes completely, any medium-term revenue targets and also how you see the margin profile evolving, if possible?
Yeah, the margins we are expecting are somewhere around 29 percentage per PAT. Is what we are expecting this 25-26. And tippet probably will be, covering 30 percentage of profit because, we will be executing from here. We'll be using Indian workforce majorly. So that is what, we are looking at. So on an average, we are looking at 29 percentage PAT this coming year.
Okay, super. That sounds great. Let's talk a bit about how you would differentiate Phantom, from other global VFX players, because there are, of course, quite a few players. Any unique value proposition that you'd like to share that you offer to your clients?
Yeah, Phantom is, very well known for its quality and also very affordable costing. Right from the very beginning, we have even contributed to all the major Hollywood films, in a creative way, not just a non-creative work, but very creative works. We have delivered and in a very affordable rates as well. So that itself is a very unique proposal. We have proportion we have from Phantom because Phantom, unlike others. There are many VFX houses in India who claim to be a VFX studio. They're mostly into the non-creative side of things. Phantom, right from the very beginning for 14 years, we are in the creative side of things, and we have a very good track record of delivering, hundreds and thousands of shots on each and every movie. For example, we have contributed ourselves in this Pushpa. We have contributed in recent, show called Sare Jahan Se Acha from Netflix. All shots, all films had like hundreds of visual effects shots. To deliver hundreds of visual effects shots with high creative work, like this all these Netflix shows, recent shows had multiple number of aircrafts and effects, crafts, I mean crashes, blasts, and all those things. It's all very high end, highly creative work that we have contributed ourselves to. And last year we worked on a project called Island, which had more than 4,500 shots, which had a lot of creature work, and we have contributed ourselves into almost all the major films, like from Triple R to Bahubali, name it, and we are there. And we are also committed to India's most anticipated next major film as well right now. So Phantom has such a track record, and it is that itself is a very unique, proposal for any of the production house to come to us, because they were hesitant to come to an Indian studio because they thought that the quality is not to that par. But Phantom has raised that, the quality expectations that what they had towards an Indian studio. We have, delivered a lot of high-end visual effects shots for a lot of Hollywood films. It can be Chinese films and European films. We have done high-end, visual effects contribution to all the major films. So that itself is a very unique position for Phantom, because, of course, when you compare to major film, visual effects houses like ILM or Vita, they are top, tier visual effects houses, and they are there in the industry for many years, and their turnovers are in billions. So that is, we cannot compare ourselves to them immediately now, but the vision is to reach such a point that, we are rated one among the top, five players in the global market.
Well, never say never. You were watching Jurassic Park one day, next you acquire the studio, so why not, you know?
Of
I'd
course.
like to know a little bit about the day-to-day challenges you may be facing while running the business, and also perhaps more fiscal challenges, because as we understand, it's a capital-intensive business, plus there are project delays, etc., which may not be in your hands. Could you share some of the challenges you face?
There was challenges last 2 years, because of the writer strike and, the economy is not that great and, the habit of movie watching, think that has come down. And so there was a crunch the last 1.5, 2 years, but now things are coming back, gradually. Maybe it might not be the same like what kind of boom we saw in 2021, but it is coming back and OTTs are gearing up for many of their new productions, and almost all the production houses are gearing up, and a lot of productions are all in shoot, and we have a lot of works showing up, a lot of bidding inquiries coming up. So the industry is really picking up, and this year is we will be like witnessing that surge in the demand as well. So other than that, challenges, when you say challenges, of course, there are challenges when it comes to this kind of unforeseen circumstances, like, people just, walk in and, into a strike and everything gets halted. And so I think that is all done for good now. And, we for another 10, 15 years, it is not going to happen. And people often talk about AI. So of course, AI is, generating a lot of stuff, but that is not going to be a replacement for visual effects, because it is not, anywhere closer to what a filmmaker would want. So it is creating random, images and random videos, but it is not equipped enough to replace any visual effects company. So that is a slight challenge that we are looking at. But how we are trying to adapt and evolve is, we have set up a small research team in AI for the past 1.5, 2 years. We have created our own AI tool sets. We have implemented a lot of AI tool sets into the pipeline. Instead of generating images like how, the online platforms offer, we are, implementing AI tool sets to improve productivity. So that way we were able to, stand on top of the other competitors, and we are giving an edge. We are having an edge, and we are giving that advantage to our clients as well. And we have also established our own offline platform for creating, generating images, because almost all the major production houses don't want us to use any AI tool sets, online tool sets. So we have our own offline models and offline setup for AI tool sets. So, we are gearing up in the AI competition as well. And of course, we are staying ahead of a lot of others, because recently I had a meeting with one of the major OTT platform, and they were so surprised to see what we have done, because they haven't seen something else like that, even with any foreign studios. So I can very well say that we are staying ahead on our AI research and implementing on tools. So that's how we are. We are just traveling with the technology and evolving with it. So the challenges can be overcome. The globe are left with no options but to come down to Asian countries, looking out for resources or hiring people from here. So that is one thing, and even the production houses are, now aware that India can produce very good quality content. So a lot of creative works are being diverted now, but it's of course it is not very easy to win their trust and pick up projects that easy. But with companies like Tippett and Milk with us, we were able to break through all the major production houses and win their trust and pick up work. So that's really helping us out actually.
Okay, how do you see the company evolve over the next couple of years in terms of the services you offer? You mentioned becoming, maybe a comprehensive media group. What does that look like? Not just in terms of, market positioning, but also maybe geographical footprint.
As I said, we are spread across the globe, and we are, our clientele is not restricted just to America, but across the globe. The reason is we don't want to get stuck with another writer strike or anything else. What is happening out there now. People just wake up and put new rules on in their country, and so we don't want to get stuck with any new. Uh, any new risk. So we are just mitigating our risk. We are spread across the world, picking up projects from across the world, focusing more on the APAC region and also the Middle East and European region as well. So we are not completely dependent on North America or just in the Indian market, and we have a very strong foothold on the Indian market. We are the only partner who has signed an RPA with Netflix, and we are working with almost all the major OTT platforms, major production houses, and we are also a primary vendor for the most anticipated film from India now. So it's so we are mitigating risks, and that is the reason we are trying to spread across the world. It is just for picking up business, but not of course in if there is a need, we will be starting up a small studio setup and hiring people in the local other regions as well. But it depends on the projects and its need. So right now we are in a very good strategic way that we have placed ourselves. We were able to pick up projects, high-end creative projects from the very big productions as well. We recently worked on Marvel shows, Disney shows. So it's going very good as per plan.
All right. Finally, I'd like to hear a little bit about your team, because you're spanning across different countries. You've hired a couple of leaders from the United States, etc., as well. And you have a big team. So I'd like to hear a little bit about your team who's helping you achieve that vision as well that you have for yourself and for the company.
Yeah, so we recently, not just recently, we have people already working for us from across the globe, but we recently strengthened our leadership team, by hiring a executive VP from the US, Mr. Ian Terrain. He has worked with a lot of major visual effects houses, and he's heading our North American operations right now. And under his leadership, we have our business team functioning, and Tippett is being taken care of him, and and we have multiple executive producers hired, who have very good knowledge and contacts in the industry. They have worked with a lot of major visual effects houses and production houses before. So through them, we were able to, pick up a lot of new projects. And in Europe, we are right now, through Milk, we were able to establish a lot of new connections, and Milk has a very good business team as well. We recruited more people as well, and the creative supervisors across Tippett and Milk are very well recognized and renowned people in the industry. They themselves have established their names in the industry, and many of them are award winners. So it's a very productive and creative team. Right now we have the leadership team is very good. We have people placed strategically well in across all the regions, Middle East, APAC. We have senior most people placed across our business networks as well. So through them, we are able to pick new business and also manage our local offices as well.
Bejoy, an absolute pleasure having you with us. Thank you so much once again for sharing your story, a very interesting and exciting one indeed, and all the very best. By the way, before I let you go, one last question. Considering that you've been such a fan of fantasy and creature movies, what's your favorite one that stands out, especially from an After Effects perspective?
I am a very big fan of Lord of the Rings. So that's one movie that keep on inspiring me even now. I don't know how many times I watched that trilogy and The Hobbit and everything, but it still inspires me to dream big. And nothing is big when you are so determined to make it happen. So that one film is very big example of what can be achieved. So I'm still a very big fan of that film.
All right. Well, once again, Bejoy, thank you so much for joining us. Well, that was, of course, Phantom Digital Effects. What an interesting company. Do remember that this platform merely serves to give you information and story of a company and does not in any way constitute investment advice. Please consult your financial advisor or any expert before taking any investment decisions. Thank you so much for tuning into Small Cap Spotlight.